Welcome to Legal 123s with ByrdAdatto. Legal issues simplified through real client stories and real-world experiences. Creating simplicity in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Season 14 preview of the Legal 123s with ByrdAdatto. I'm your host, ByrdAdatto, with my co-host, Michael Byrd. And I hope everyone is enjoying some fall weather finally and gearing up for Halloween, which is just a few weeks away.
Brad, let's pause a moment and reflect on completing Season 13. We had a lot of fun being in a season which happens to reflect our level of maturity.
It did. It definitely reflected that, Michael. But we spent a lot of time myth-busting in Season 13 where we dealt with the theme of fake or real.
Yeah, and, we did maybe just hit a peak really fast because within the first 2 minutes of the opening of this season, we did prove that you're fake. But we did move on after that, even though that we kind of had all the answers we needed.
Guess so, yeah.
And we just focused on different truths that we happen to hear all the time from our clients.
Yeah, and we had an amazing lineup discussing everything from the FTC ban on non-competes, physicians and their relationships with MSOs, NPs and PAs independence, and of course, the opening episode in which we talked about ChatGPT. And actually just the other day, someone started talking to me about that episode.
We had 2 guests this season. And of course, we had series regular Jay Riero on. Dr. Jeff Siegel made an appearance to discuss negative patient reviews, and Dr. Jonathan Kaplan came on to discuss the weight loss drugs, Ozempic, and the whole semaglutide craze.
Yeah, and audience members, we typically try to figure out what are some of the best episodes, which are all of them, but you guys get to vote, and basically you voted by listening to more than one. So here is a top 5 the episodes, and it's no particular order. But the very first one I have is Fake or Real, Is It Legal to Compound Semaglutide with Dr. Kaplan? Fake or Real, the FTC has banned all non-compete agreements. Fake or Real, I Can Respond to Negative Patient Reviews with Dr. Jeff Siegel. Fake or Real, CPOM Can Affect the Business Structure of My Med Spa. And finally, Fake or Real, A Physician Can Own an MSO.
Fascinating. Well, that's amazing. Anything else you want to say about Season 13?
Well, no, Michael. I think it's time to move forward, to leave Lucky 13 behind. And Michael, what do we have planned for Season 14?
Well, I'm always excited, but I am excited for the season ahead. This season, we're going to find some common ground for our audience, Brad. It doesn't matter what their background is, because our theme is leadership, where each episode we'll talk about leadership and hear it from different perspectives.
Yeah, and audience members, this season will be guest heavy as we seek to better understand what makes a great leader. Our guests are coming from all over this year. We also have another live broadcast in Season 14 with former Navy SEAL Ryan Birdman Parrott, who will be joining us.
We also have a Louisiana State representative. Her name is Amy Adatto. That's a weird name. Amy Adatto Freeman. And she'll be joining us. I think you know this person.
Yes, Michael. She is my sister.
Okay. Well, speaking of sisters, we have the owners of Bodify, Jessica Stellwagen and Melissa Mickelson.
Yeah, and they are 2 sisters that run that place. And speaking of sisters, our sister organization, ANSPA, will have Kathy Christensen, the president and CEO of ANSPA, will be joining us. And our good friend, Terry Ross, who's, I think, will be 3rd time joining us from Apex.
Awesome. We'll also have Dr. Craig Hobar and Brad, another one-person name. For those that know, this person has more Instagram followers than you and I could even come close to dreaming about.
That's
we have
true.
Dr. K joining us, and we have several other surprise guests this season. We continue to be amazed and grateful to all of our loyal listeners who continue to join us each week on the Legal 123s with ByrdAdatto. And we're also grateful that you continue to share our content with others.
That's right. Well, we look forward to catching up with you on Season 14 opener, which will be on October 11th. And until then, enjoy the rest of the week. Thanks again for joining us today. And remember, if you like this episode, please subscribe. Make sure to give us a 5-star rating and share with your friends.
You can also sign up for the ByrdAdatto newsletter by going to our website at ByrdAdatto.com.
ByrdAdatto is providing this podcast as a public service. This podcast is for educational purposes only. This podcast does not constitute legal advice, nor does it establish an attorney-client relationship. Reference to any specific product or entity does not constitute an endorsement or recommendation by ByrdAdatto. The views expressed by guests are their own, and their appearance on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. Please consult with an attorney on your legal issues.